Good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to this thing that I do called Thor's Entertainment. I am Thor, and today I am doing another Fatal Friday video. And Fatal Friday is the series I do where I go into the Kombat League for Mortal Kombat 1 and I try to earn unique finishers for main roster characters and cameo fighters. Today I am using the pair up of Nitara and the Kameo Sub-Zero again. Only this time I am not going for a Nitara finisher, no, I am going for a Kameo Sub-Zero finisher for the first time. The one I am targeting is going to be the Kameo Sub-Zero's Brutality titled Frostbite. That is the Brutality version of his throw. Overall, it's not a bad one to get since his throw actually has some pretty good damage behind it, doing 130 damage to the opposition. So we should not have too much to worry about as far as damage is concerned for just a throw. And our opponent for this video is going to be a person using Omni-Man and the Kameo Kano. It is mention worthy that this was recorded around the time Omni-Man was first released in Mortal Kombat 1, so this is the unofficial kind of sort of Omni-Man Day or Omni-Man Week, since pretty much every single person online was using Omni-Man around this time. That being said, I could have done better against Omni-Man because I was still learning how to counter that character quite a bit. One thing that stands out to me quite a bit whenever I look back at this match is the fact that this person tries to go for that overhead dive bomb attack by Omni-Man a good amount. For one reason or another, it never occurred to me to just go ahead and use the up block against Omni-Man because that would have helped me to counter that quite a lot. So, yeah, that is the beauty of hindsight, the things I could have done to make things easier on myself. One other mention-worthy thing about this video is that whenever I was using Nitara, I was still trying to also get the Haste of Blood Brutality, which is the Brutality version of Nitara's Blood Bolt attack. And that is kind of a hard Brutality to get, so even if I was getting another Brutality, every now and then I would still try to go for that one specifically, just for the off chance I ended up landing it. And then I could always just recycle the video and make it more about that Brutality than, say in this case, the Frostbite Brutality. Now that did not end up happening in this video, and we only got to highlight the Frostbite Brutality, but I am fine with that. I just wanted to go ahead and throw out that information though, because you're going to see me going for that Blood Bolt attack at a weird time at some point throughout this video. So when I do Sub-Zero's throw here, I see that it does enough damage to where if I just do it one more time, I should do enough damage to deplete the rest of Omni-Man's health and trigger the Brutality, so let's go ahead and go for it.
Brutality! Nitara wins.
And there it was, the Frostbite Brutality for the Kameo Sub-Zero. And yeah, whenever you grab the opponent with Sub-Zero and that activates, he just goes ahead and slides on in, completely kneecap removing the opponent, and then just doing a gentle hand on their shoulder to, turn them into a gigantic ice cube. So yeah, thank you Kameo Sub-Zero for sliding on in and ensuring that I won that first match of the set. We're going to go ahead and proceed on to the next match. And let's see if we can go ahead and wrap this thing up with a score of 2-0. And also while we are at it, we're going to go ahead and try to get that Brutality one more time. Now in this very first round of the second match, I do let things get a little bit unnecessarily out of hand because at one point I had a pretty good life lead and I was able to land some combos with minimal effort. The problem was, even though I was landing those combos, I was failing to finish them. I was dropping some important parts of them, so I was leaving a lot of damage on the table, and well, that allowed Omni-Man to just kind of hang in the fight and almost make a comeback against me. Fortunately, in the very end, I was able to do those sliding scratches by Nitara a couple of times and finish off Omni-Man, but that was much closer than it should have been, so leave it to me to make things a little bit more difficult on myself. And previously I mentioned that in this fight at some point I do end up going for that Taste of Blood Brutality as opposed to the Frostbite Brutality for the Kameo Sub-Zero. Well, that happens in this round. whenever Omni-Man gets really low on health and I know that I'm pretty confident that I can go ahead and win this thing due to my life lead, I go ahead and start trying to do the blood sacrifice and then the blood bolt and then trying to get the taste of blood. And just like in the very first round of the second match, all that did was let Omni-Man hang around in the fight because I was not going to land that attack. And because he was able to hang around in the fight, things get uncomfortably and unnecessarily close and almost makes a gigantic comeback against me before I just settle on, let's go ahead and end this fight the way I did in the previous match and just go ahead and grab him and let Sub-Zero do his thing. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and see me land it a second consecutive time since I went ahead and spoiled it.
Your death is written in blood.
Brutality. Nitara wins.
And there it is, ×2. That was the Frostbite Brutality for the Kameo Sub-Zero. And thank you to my opponent for participating in this match in the Mortal Kombat Kombat League. So yeah, that was the Brutality we were hunting for, and we even managed to get it twice in the same set in the Kombat League, which is always nice. That is just about it for this video though, since I got to show off exactly what I wanted to show off. I will go ahead and show it off one more time though at the very end of this outro, that way we get to enjoy it one more time before parting ways. But for now though, that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to check out some of my other stuff on the Thor's Entertainment channel. I do have other Fatal Friday finisher related videos. I also have playthroughs of the story modes for Mortal Kombat games. So if you're just really into the Mortal Kombat stuff, you are in luck. I have a decent amount of it right now. But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you next time.
Your death is written in blood.
Brutality. Nitara wins.